Cooper and I are here to explain my latest Breakout escape room, Wayne's World of Science, which is reviewing all 5th grade content. Mr. Fisher wanted me to create a breakout for any 5th grade teacher to easily apply in their classrooms with minimal effort. So everything's on the Google Drive to print out. All we need is a couple boxes to separate the materials and the students' Chromebooks for one particular activity. So here we go. So it starts off with the provided video to set the theme for Wayne Fisher to introduce the game.
Future scientists and engineers, welcome to Wayne's World of Science.
So he goes in and explains the game and sets up the first clue, which is to start playing his game. So as each student opens up one of these folders, or each team, they'll find this puzzle maker from Discovery Education, which I use their terms to fill in the blanks going across and down. And one of them says where I can find your next clue, which is one across, and it's either fun or sum. Either one works, so you get to definitely put in Unicellular first. And hopefully they'll figure out where to find some fun, and they look around the room, they'll find one box or crate that says Wayne is having some fun. And inside will be several different file folders. Each one has one of these sheets in there, which is some of the parts of the whole. So as they calculate each problem, they provide the answers there, and then determine the sum, they'll have a correct answer of 37. Now each 37 is different. This one is nutrients provided for the body. This one says which body systems send messages through the body. This one says which system provides movement for the body, and so forth. That breaks up the teams, so they're all working in different spots. Okay, so once they figure that out, what their system is, when we're in Wayne's lab, can you find what you're looking for? So since we're looking for the human body, Wayne's secret file of the human body is placed somewhere in the classroom, and inside are all the different systems. They open up the one that belongs to the system that they found, and inside is a double puzzle found on Discovery Education Puzzle Maker, and they have an anagram, and then when they figure out the anagram, then they place the letters there, and then they'll spell out what's their next clue is. In this particular example, it's the muscular system, so you have ligaments and tendons, and it spells out which QR code describes a prevailing westerlies. So they're looking for QR codes. So again, hidden around the room are QR codes, and here they are. So you find the one that says prevailing winds, prevailing westerlies, and that's prevailing westerlies, so it's another definition. So they have to know their terms. We scan it, and using Puppet Pals.
Hello everybody, I am Wayne Fisher, and I love science, woohoo! But I also love running. Well, I usually love running, but today I have slowed down. I have been stuck in this sand. So now I am looking for a graph that shows how I have slowed down, that my speed is decreasing. Can you find a graph on a box that shows how I have slowed down?
Okay, so each one of these QR codes is a different Puppet Pals, indicating to one of these boxes that has the correct graph that's slowing down, and it's this one. So they open up so that matches their graph with the information they provided, and it says place the cards in order to reveal your next clue. Inside the cards is a game of I have, who has. So if you line everything up correctly, the first card, who has the food web, and at the bottom, if you do look carefully, it has a Google form bit.ly. So the Google form, if this is set up correctly, it will bring them to it will bring them up to a QR to a bit.ly of a Google Doc that has many different types of questions for the students to answer. They're all mandatory, and as they answer each question, if they get them correctly, they progress. If they get any wrong, then the questions get easier based on that content until they understand, and hopefully they'll get easier questions to help them learn what their mistakes are and move forward. So at the last question, it will provide the next clue, which is to go to find the correct weather tool for you to make a prediction. So that hint will be provided on the Google form, and it'll bring you to the weather tools here. So on the wall somewhere are all these different tools, and also bags. So the students will pick a bag, any bag, and that will also keep the team separated. And it's an anagram, and in this particular case, it spells out Windvane. So they find the one that has Windvane, which is wind direction. They turn it over, and each one has one of these. first lock, second lock, and third lock. So each one of these is different, so there's only 3 locks or 5 locks, depending on how you want to do this game. So if you match everything correctly, you'll find the correct one of these to unlock the lock. Otherwise, you have to retrace your steps. So the first lock is a combination of matter that cannot be moved easily, cannot be removed easily. So, and then a campfire can heat all the surrounding campers. So there's so that's radiation. Where's radiation? Number 3. So the second number is 3. And then they open up their lock of their lock, and then when all the other teams unlock, and they find their answer. In this case, it is they passed the EOG with a great score of 5. Congratulations! They get a little prize, and they are victorious. So I set it up where all 5 teams or 3 teams have to work independently, but also cooperatively, because they all have to unlock this lock to get the prize. No team can win without the others helping each other out. So it's a collaborative effort, not a competitive effort, and it's very rewarding since it's based all on science content for 5th grade EOG. Right, Cooper? Hopefully you enjoyed this, and everything's on the blog and the Google form for you to access and print out at your leisure.